What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Charlie Black coming back at you guys. I am back. I took a little bit of a hiatus, not a full week, but enough time. Just getting ready for the things to come, the holidays and everything like that. Plus, I needed to relax, of course, so that's what it was. But I am back now in full effect. Should be doing several videos today, which is November 24th. It's about 1:10 a.m. on the West Coast, so that means that if you're not on the West Coast, then you're probably asleep somewhere. Even if you are, you probably are asleep. It is pretty early. But my first video is going to be a response to a little bit of an issue that's been out over the news over the last several days. If you haven't caught it, you've probably been under a rock somewhere. But it's about a young man named Abraham Biggs, and he's a 19-year-old man out of, I believe it's Hollywood, Florida, who committed suicide on live webcam. If you don't know about the story, I will place a link below, or at least on the side of me, so that you can learn more about him. The 19-year-old male went onto a bodybuilding, forum/chat site, and of course you could broadcast your live webcam from there, and he basically told everyone on there that he was going to kill himself. Now, I think they had about 1,500 viewers and chatters on that site at that time, and a majority of them were sending him messages encouraging him to do it. They told him, go ahead, kill yourself. Yeah, if you're going to do it, then do it. Yeah, we want to see you kill yourself. So what he did, I believe it was he went on Justin.com or Justin TV, something like that. It's a streaming website where you can post, of course, your live cam and have it streamed, so it's playing real time. And what he did was he took 3 different types of drugs, which I will not name because, the internet is very influential and people do like to mimic people. But he took 3 different types of drugs, and he ended up killing himself in front of, all these viewers who watched him and encouraged him to do it. And by the time that someone was actually, strong enough, courageous enough to call the police, contact the proper authorities, it was too late. He had, passed away. And you can watch the webcam all the way up until the point where they actually find him. The police find him in his bed, unconscious. He had passed away. This kind of it stood out to me because I had heard about the stories before with the 2 mothers that had gone on MySpace and tormented little girls every day, harassed them and encouraged them to commit suicide because the girls that they harassed were having issues with the mother's daughters. It's simple to me. A lot of people look at YouTube, they look at chat sites in general, they look at the internet in general and say, okay, well, it's only the internet. You have your real life in the real world, and then you have your internet personality and life in the cyber world, which, that's healthy if you can maintain 2 good personalities. But this is a testament to the fact that there are real people sitting behind these computers and typing these messages back and forth to people. Regardless of how you feel about the internet and its genuine factor, it's the reality that there are real people sitting behind this computer communicating with each other every day. And if you take that into consideration, you look at these examples. People killing themselves every day because of cyberbullying. It's been on Oprah, it's been on Tyra, it's been on Entertainment Tonight. They've done several specials on it. 2020, the list goes on and on. This is an ongoing, increasing trend these days. People getting online and hiding behind the anonymity of a profile and encouraging hate. I've talked about it before in my videos, but the sad part is that if someone would have been courageous enough to actually stop this young man and ask him what's going on, instead of saying kill yourself, then maybe, just maybe, he would be sitting here today. This young man was suffering from bipolar disorder, which could explain some of the things that he was feeling or going through at the time. And also, if you read his suicide note, which I read it was online, it probably still is. If I find it, I'll put a link up there too. But he felt like he was a disappointment to his father, his family, his friends. He felt like no one liked him. Just certain things that you hear every day. And I'm not asking for everyone to, feel sorry for the kid who has low self-esteem, who's depressed. What I am saying is if you are aware of the power that words hold, and you choose to use them in a negative, attacking, facetious manner, then karma is there for you. It may not come at a time where you expect it or where you want it, but like I always say, what will get you will get you, one way or another. So be very careful of the things that you're putting out there. Also, the anonymity factor is completely gone. Our government is smart enough to trace us, whether it be by paper or whether it be electronically, because the same chatters that were up there encouraging this boy, sending these hate messages back and forth, they've tracked them, they've kept a log, and they have found them, because each of us is identified not only through our IP address but other factors that they use to locate us, narrow us down. So like I said earlier, if people really wanted to reach out to someone that they see online, that they talk to online, then they'd be able to do so at the snap of a finger, just using the right tools. That's why the internet is going from such a far-fetched, cyber reality fantasy world to a reality for a lot of people, because so many people are using it. It's becoming a lot more informal, and it is what it is. It serves its purpose. I also think that this is a time to take your blessings out there. Those of you who can take punches like myself, I know that there are times where I'm guilty of this type of behavior. Well, not to this extreme, because I wouldn't encourage someone to kill themselves, but just saying things that, may not be appropriate in real life, or, if I'm talking to someone on the internet. And this is a wake-up call to a lot of us out there who are guilty of this type of behavior. Be very careful of your words, because you don't really know who's receiving that message. And take the time to recognize the blessing in yourself, because I have very thick skin, and I can take a lot of punches. I can hurl the insults back and forth with people and still I guess hoard my self-esteem to the point where no one else can get anything from me, especially whether it's online or in person. I've been blessed with that, because I've had people that surround me that have instilled that in me. I've surrounded myself with people that promote the better Mr. Charlie Black, I guess you could say. And for that reason, I'm equipped to deal with the assholes, the jerks, the reckless people who I interact with both online and offline. If you're like that, you should pat yourself on the back and count your blessings, because certain people don't take it just as well as you do. It's a wake-up call to a lot of us. If you hear anyone talking about how they want to commit suicide for any reason, it's definitely time to intervene. Don't laugh it off, because people like this, like Abraham Biggs, are the exact type of people that we do not expect to commit suicide. Bipolar disorder is one thing, but if you go on his MySpace and read, his comments from his friends, look at his pictures of him out with friends, him at parties, you wouldn't expect that the person smiling in this picture would want to kill himself. He's young, he has a full life, he has friends, but then you don't really know where anyone else has traveled before. That's why it's important to not just take someone at face value, because there's so much more to people, offline and online, that you'll never really understand. So the message of this video is be very, very careful of the messages you are sending out, because the person on the other end might not be equipped to receive them. If you have any comments, questions, anything, then go ahead and make it, comment, send a message, send an email. Do what you do, YouTubers, and stay tuned. I should have more for you.